Custody as Israel sought to head off the threatened disturbances throughout the occupied West Bank of the Jordan and the Gaza Strip. Meanwhile, waves of Israeli planes swept into Egypt in an almost non-stop blitz of bases in a 30-mile band along the Suez Canal. President Nixon, speaking in Washington, said the Middle East was ready to explode again. Saigon, American battle deficit in Indochina rose to 165 last week and have 757 GIs wounded in the action. The U.S. military command yesterday said 55 Americans were killed and 236 were wounded in Cambodia. The rest of the casualties occurred in Vietnam. The previous week, 142 GIs have been killed. Washington, President Nixon signaled an all-out administration effort yesterday to loosen proposed curbs on U.S. operations in Cambodia by throwing his support to the key Senate amendment. It was learned that Mr. Nixon indicated how long he is opposed to any congressional action to restrict his options in Southeast Asia. Has written a letter of support for the amendment by Senator Robert C. Byrd, Democrat in West Virginia. The Byrd amendment, which would be added to the proposed curb sponsored by Senators John Sherman Cooper, Republican Kentucky, and Frank Church, Democrat of Idaho, would have authorized the president to take such action that may be necessary to protect the lives of United States forces in South Vietnam to facilitate the withdrawal of United States forces from South Vietnam. Since the current U.S. operation in Cambodia was based on the need to protect the troops in Vietnam, inclusion of Byrd's language would have been effective for further assaults on which U.S. troops would have drawn from this month. This is what Church and Cooper are trying to prevent. The trustees at the Massachusetts Hospital Association recommended 108-member hospitals yesterday that the contract proposed by Blue Cross be rejected. Richard D. Mills, president of the Hospital Association, characterized the Blue Cross offer as inadequate and said the demand of increased income of how the hospitals are far below demonstrated needed. Mills said also hospitals in Massachusetts around the state that participated in Blue Cross are urged to make appropriate preparation for the possibility that no reimbursement against the agreement which Massachusetts Blue Cross Incorporated will exist after September 30th, 1970. Each hospital signs a contract with Blue Cross independently. However, Patrick Carroll, executive director of the Hospital Association, said hospitals represented more than half of the beds in Massachusetts would downly follow the recommendations of the association trusts. Henry D. Jones, president of the Massachusetts Blue Cross Incorporated, expressed disappointment in the action of the Hospital Association. Jones said, "I do not believe the situation is unresolvable. The present contract does not expire until October 1st, 1970, and in this fact it provides almost 4 months as an agreement to be reached." Washington. General Earl G. Wheeler, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said last night American air attacks would be launched against new military bases being built by communist forces in South and Laos. Wheeler reported in a televised interview that the communists were expanding their base complex in the area. "We will be taking appropriate action we have taken against our bases in Laos and Cambodia," he said. Governor Francis Sargent holds a slim lead of 7% over Boston Mayor Kevin White in voter population, according to the Massachusetts poll conducted exclusively by the Global Research Corporation by the Becker Research Corporation. The poll held in April and May shows that the governor leaded among voters planning to vote in November's final election by 47% to 40% margin. 11% are undecided and 2% were not willing to disclose their choice. Out of 4 potential Democratic gubernatorial candidates, White makes the strongest showing against Sargent, coming within 7%, while the average trailed an average of 34%. The figure shows Sargent ahead of former Lieutenant Governor Francis Bellotti, 61% to 29%, 62% of 28%. Over Kenneth O'Donnell and 63% to 25% over Maurice Donahue, Senate President. Both White and Sargent have comfortable leads among the Sargent voter categories. White is significantly ahead with Boston residents, voters under 30, blacks, Democrats, and those not completed in high school. Sargent outwins White substantially with Republicans and independent male voters, those over 65, college graduates, and partisans. The mayor's greatest strength is Boston itself, where he leads Sargent by a 5-4 margin. However, the governor offsets this by doing noticeably better what White is in Boston suburbs and holding the narrow edge of the rest of the state. Tonight, the Boston Red Sox will be at Fenway Park taking on the Kansas City Royals. Nagy on man for Red Sox. And the weather tonight, Boston weather tonight. Rainy and foggy skies, low around 60 degrees. Tomorrow, fair skies, high about 70 degrees. Boston temperature approaching the 4 o'clock hour, 60 degrees with a doable about 57 degrees, humidity 9%, barometer 280 inches, and visibly 8 miles of wind, south about 3.5 in the condition zone, unknown skies. And that's the way of the WNAC Channel 7 Boston 7 News Afternoon Newsbreak on this June 5th, 1970 on a Friday. I'm Peter West. We have a good day, and coming to next at 4 o'clock will be Dark Shadows. Boston 7 News will be back at 6 p.m. with a complete report on news, weather, and sports.
Your family the very best in taste, freshness, and nutrition? It's easy.
Lobsters are back. Wednesday and Friday, 2 1-pound lobsters, $3.95 per person. Broiled or baked stuff. You can stoke a Nash of it at Valley Steakhouse in Newton, Brookline, Saugus, Braintree, and Andover. This is Boston 7, WNAC TV Boston. The time now, 4 o'clock.